Salutations, fellow readers, writers, and killers of time on YouTube. My name is Martha Jones, and I am wearing a t-shirt remarkably like I was wearing in the last video, as I encourage you to absorb my friend Tyler's voice as he narrates for you. Corn on Macabre, Chapter 4.
The topic of appearance is one of the few about which Mr. Overt is more idealistic than Mr. Covert. He figured out long ago why humans shame other humans into fixating on their looks. There's no money to be made among people who like themselves. And envious people mock the unusual ones and attempt to make them become usual, or convince others not to take these unusual ones seriously. Covert vampires aren't necessarily ashamed of whom they are, but to avoid detection, they sometimes play dumb. They fall prey to super tweezers, chin shrinkers, and gadgety cure-all type rubbish to fix what's wrong with them. Overt vampires resent the notion of donning duds like those worn by their future dinners. In most cases, they've been around ages longer than the conformist. Therefore, if you tell Mr. Overt to go with the times, he might react quite badly. Think punching through your belly button from the inside using whichever body crevice is handy. Badly. He is determined to define, not be defined. And he thinks giving in to mortal whimsy, like high buck hairdos and designer doodads, is selling out. To him and vampires like him, I'd like to point out in defense of Mr. Covert that form follows function. That the function is to be stared at and wondered about to the point that most people without a death wish leave you alone. By all means, dress like a weirdo. You might have your work cut out for you since weirdo is always the in thing somewhere, but you're welcome to try. If the function is to catch and kill your quarry, as opposed to frightening it away and having to chase it, you'll bag more game in less time with some camouflage. Don't sell your covert brothers and sisters short in this matter, because their attitude towards appearance is a practical one. Obscuring your appearance to let your mark draw near does not make you a sellout. It disguises you to the human race, like a hunter's hunting threads disguise him to a flock of geese. Except in your case, you are both the hunter and the decoy. Depending on the mortals with whom you're trying to mingle, your dedication to a suitable hairstyle and wardrobe may vary. If you choose to get caught up in the fads of the day dwellers, you may find yourself suffering indignities like powdered wigs, stiff-necked collars, and platform shoes twice. If you're okay with not looking like a centerfold or fashion model, find a job that requires a uniform. Janitor, policeman, doctor, nurse, waiter, stewardess, butler, maid, safari guide, or scoutmaster. Costumes such as these help vampiric members of the workforce look, well, like all the other members of the workforce. And in their spare time, they can dress to suit their own tastes. Find a personal style you can live with, and trust that some of your peers will accept you as you are. Choosing to do so may reduce the number of people who are attracted to you by virtue of your pricey cologne or your perfect manicure. It may also reduce your daily number of yearnings for a mass mercy killing. Accept and love yourself, regardless of how you look. Most of us never got round to that in life, and it might take your death not to wish you were slenderer, handsomer, stronger, or more blessed of complexion. Wishes like these are typical, but unhelpful in the long run. Armed with that knowledge, I strongly suggest you don't cling to the superficial insecurities that have plagued you in the past. Leave any neuroses you have about your looks in the human school of thought from which you just graduated. If you're allowed to live long enough, you'll learn more, you'll find out what works and what doesn't, and you'll mellow out about what people think of you. If you want to do things the least anxiety-inducing way you can, you wear what's comfortable, live someplace where you're safe and welcome, if it's at all possible, and worry about the petty details when there's nothing more important to do. One of those issues in the more important category is how you're going to get your food.
As always, thank you for giving these videos a shot. I post whenever I can. Meantime, take it easy. Loves you. Bye.
Like my channel, buy my crap, doo-dah, doo-dah. There's no time to take a nap, oh the doo-dah day. Hey!
Oh, have pity, bright lights. When the lights go down in the city. This is the second time I've been recording with a ring light, you see. And I'm taking my lighting more seriously, but that means I also have to take my makeup more seriously, because damn. And the Lord saw that what he made was wrinkled.